And this is Crystal Voice. The original artist of this song is Tangerine Dream, but this is not the Tangerine Dream version. This is part of a movie score, so it was really hard to get the original version on Deezer. I mean, you can listen to it on YouTube, the original version by Tangerine Dream, but this is just by Hit Crew. It's just a cover. But I love this score. This is the opening song for Firestarter. And I actually read the book earlier this year, and it was so good. And after I read the book, I would always make fun of Matt because he always called his work the shop when he worked at ICC. And I would always joke, like whenever he talked about going to the shop, I would always joke, because the shop was the name of the government agency that conducted the experiment Charlie's parents participated in. And I'm like, you're going to the shop? No! And everything, so it was just kind of a joke. And he's like, no, not that shop. But it was funny. One thing I have to say though about this movie, I know they're remaking all of Stephen King's movies, but I don't think they should remake this. They should make a sequel instead. That way they could put Drew Barrymore in it, and she could reprise her role as Charlie, and just see how she's doing nowadays, because it would be interesting to see what would happen if she had a child, because she was the child of both of her parents who participated in the drug experiment. And I mean, the shop is the reason why she had her mysterious power. So it would be interesting to see an update on that. Especially since Drew Barrymore is still an actress. And yeah, I love this music. I love listening to it. Most of the time I just listen to it on YouTube. Sometimes I listen to this version, but if I'm at home, I'll listen to it on YouTube because I have my computer that has internet. So yeah. And this next song is 1,000 Times by Hamilton Leithauser. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm not sure. There have been many arguments on how to pronounce his name. Well, just between myself, and I. But yeah, one thing I want to say before I get into like the song and everything is my pet peeve about the title. I know it shouldn't matter, but the way he spells the title to the song drives me insane. Because he spells it with an A and then the digits 1,000. So 1000 and then times. So it looks like it says A 1,000 times, which doesn't make any sense. It's like either drop the A or just spell out 1,000. That way it reads 1,000 times instead of A 1,000 times. Yeah, I know. It's a grammar peeve. I'm an English major, or not an English major, an English graduate now. For about a year and a half, almost 2 years. But yeah. And this song, I first heard it on 13 Reasons Why. They played it near the end, when they had Clay's tape. This is the song that played not the song that played while they hooked up, but this song played during that segment or whatever. Yeah, and it was where when they hooked up and she kind of pushed him away. Sorry about stuttering. Excuse me. Sorry to spoil things for people who haven't seen the series yet, but yeah, she pushes him away, and then, yeah, so that's where the song came from. This song sort of tells a story about my life in 2019, but it is personal. So I'm not gonna go into detail, but I guess what I could say is that the song, it expresses a lot of my viewpoint on relationships, I guess you could say. Like, I don't know. So close, but so far away. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. It's really personal, and I just don't want to go into detail, and yeah. But I love this song. I used to listen to it a lot, like, in 2019. I still listen to it a lot, too. I even watched there's a video compilation on YouTube of Hannah and Clay. So I watched that video a lot on YouTube. It's really good. But yeah, I've probably listened to this song 1,000 times, like the song says, but I like it. It's a good song. I had that dream 1,000 times. And this last song, of course, is Love Will Tear Us Apart by Joy Division. This was a really good song, or this is a really good song. And I mean, I first heard this song on, I have the hiccups. First heard the song on 13 Reasons Why, first episode. But after I heard it, I was kind of addicted to it. I'm like, oh, I love this song. And it was really cool, because, it was actually 2 years ago I read this book called Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. Such a good book. You should read it. It actually takes place in the 80s when the song was popular, and Eleanor, when she first heard the song, when Park first introduced the song to her, like, she loved this song so much that she just wanted a full tape of just this song on it, and I thought, that's pretty cool, and I can totally imagine that, because I love that song and stuff, but, because they would make each other mixtapes, because that's what people did in the 80s. I wish people could still do that nowadays, but you can kind of do that, like with Deezer, the app I have on my phone. Like, you can make playlists for yourself, but it sucks that you can't make playlists for other people and give it to them and stuff. You can't really do that nowadays. It sucks, but yeah. But yeah, anyways, like, such a good book, and I actually had a quote from that book, because, like, I used to always listen to music on the bus, and on the bus, because they would make all kinds of, in this book, sorry, I'm stuttering, in this book they would make all kinds of, like, 80s music references and stuff. It was really cool. But the first line in chapter 1 of the book is, XTC was no good for drowning out the morons at the back of the bus. And I read that and I'm like, oh my god, I can totally relate to this. Because it was, it just kind of reminded me of my life. Because I would come home from work and I'd be on the bus and people, like, they'd be sitting right next to each other and they'd be shouting in each other's faces. It's like, God, do you have to yell? And stuff, so I would listen to music to drown them out and stuff, because that just really got on my nerves and stuff. Like, because I'd be getting off work, and my whole day would be, because it was when I worked at Harmon's, and my day would be to where I'd have customers, and they'd, like, fucking whisper things at me and I couldn't hear them, and you can't ask people to repeat themselves because they talk to you like you're stupid. And then you get on the bus and people are shouting, and it was just so annoying.